Good morning, students. Today in this class, we are moving to next grammar section, that is prepositions. While studying the use of words as two different parts of speech, already we have learned the meaning, that is definition of prepositions. So today in this class, we are going to touch or we are going to study the prepositions only, but in detail. Okay, preposition as already in one class as already I have explained. Preposition, it is a part of preposition, that is parts of speech like noun, pronoun, verb, adverb. Among them, preposition is also one. And when we come to the definition or when we come to the meaning of a preposition, preposition actually as the word itself indicates preposition. Preposition, preposition, that is the word preposition, it comes mainly before. Pre means before the position means placing. So position of that preposition, it is mainly before the word, before noun or pronoun. So when we with this definition, it goes like prepositions are the words normally placed before nouns or pronoun. Pre means before, position means placing. So that is the word placed before preposition. For example, just to clarify or just to clear that particular point, here I am going to give one example. The ball is in the court. So the ball is in the court. Here in it is a preposition. Ball it is noun and court it is one more noun. So this preposition in it is mainly placed or position of a preposition it is before the noun. In the same way, this in preposition in it also tells the relationship between two things. Here two nouns. At the same time, it also tells that is the condition, the situation, the position of ball. Where is the ball? It is also going to be explained, or we can understand the position of that ball, that noun, mainly with the help of that preposition in. So here two nouns, ball and coat, they both are going to be connected. That is noun and noun. In the same way, we take one more example. Lata is fond of ice cream. Here, of it is preposition and fond it is mainly adjective and this ice cream it is noun. So here mainly the relationship between adjective and noun. They are going to be explained mainly with the help of the preposition. And when we take one more word, the dog barked at the stranger. Barked here it is mainly verb. Stranger it is a noun. At it is a preposition. So mainly relationship between verb and stranger. So next that is we are going to study the important prepositions. First one, prepositions showing time. Preposition of preposition of time or prepositions showing the time. So in this one we are going to study mainly yet. First one is at. Next we are going to study in. So at mainly in the preposition of time, at mainly tells the exact time. The exact time is going to be indicated mainly with the help of the preposition. So here preposition is used with a definite point of time, exact time or definite or exact time. So to indicate these things, exact time or definite time, we are going to use it. For example, I go to my department at 7:40 a.m. I go to my department at 7:30 a.m. every day. So here at 7:30 p.m. a.m. is exactly at 7:30. The definite point of time or exact point of time to be indicated mainly with the help of that at. And also preposition it is also used mainly one more example. He will come at a holy, that is to indicate at it is also used with the festivals. It is also used with the festivals. So he will come at Holi. So thus that is it is in preposition of time. It is mainly used to indicate the definite point of time and also with the festivals. And the next one is in. Here in it is mainly used with the in is used mainly to denote a specific time, period, month, year, or season. In is used mainly to denote a specific season, month, year, period. For example, I play chess in the evening. I play chess in the evening. So here evening, a part of day, to indicate that one we have to use preposition in. In the same way, I shall come in the next month or I shall come in next October. So to indicate month, year, period, season. So maybe in I will come to yet I will come in summer season. So to indicate all those things, we have to use preposition in. And one more next one is on. And on it is used mainly with the days and days. On is used with the days and days. So, for example, he was born on the 9th of July. He was born on the 9th of July. So that is mainly to indicate July month. That is sorry, mainly to indicate date. We have to use on. So, and one more example. I will meet you on Friday. Friday it is a day. I will meet you on Friday. So on we have to use on. And one more example. I teach Wordsworth, the poetry of Wordsworth. I teach Wordsworth on every Monday. Monday since it is a day, we have to use on. And next one is by. And by refers to the latest time by which an action will be over. Refers to the latest time by which an action will be over. And here the meeting will break by 4 p.m. will maybe indicates that is future tense. So we have a hope, that is hope in future by the time by 4 p.m. the meeting is going to be the meeting is going to end. So the meeting will break by 4 p.m. And the next one is 4. And 4 and since. And one more very important point, most of the time, most of the people they are going to be confused while using for and since. Actually, in for we do use preposition for mainly to indicate the that is amount of time, the period of time, 10 years, 12 years, 10 days, 5 days, like that we have to use preposition for. But since whenever the starting time has been indicated, whenever the beginning of time has been mentioned, in that case we have to use since. For example, since 1960 or since Monday. So like that, when the starting, the action when it begins, if it is indicated, then we have to use since. Otherwise, whenever it comes to the period of time or amount of time, we have to use for. So please students, no more confusion here while using for and since. And for denotes a period of time. For for is used mainly to indicate the period of time or the amount. Actually, amount is not a proper word. Amount of time. There is a certain amount of time to indicate a certain amount of time, certain period of time we have to use mainly that for. For example, I have been working in Harvard University for the last 10 years. I have been working, and one more very important thing, whenever we use for and or since, the sentence to be in present continuous tense. The sentence to be in present continuous tense. So sentence to be in present continuous tense. So for example, I have been working in Karnataka for the last 10 years. So here 10 years, that is mainly indicates the period of time, the amount of time 10 has been indicated. So we have to use mainly preposition for. And one more example. I have been here for 3 days. I have been here for 3 days. To indicate the 3 days, we have to use preposition for. And the next one is since. So as I already told, since whenever the action of when the action begins, if it is indicated, the time when the action begins, if that one indicated, then we have to use since. So since shows the point of time, it indicates continuity. Since used with the point of time when the action begins and continues. Shows the point of time. And also when the point when the action it continues. And here since whenever we use since, in that case also a sentence we have to use present continuous tense, a perfect continuous tense. So here India has been independent since 1947. That is at present also we are enjoying the independence. So India has become independent since the action when the independence of India has started, it is 1947. And one more example, he has been ill since last Tuesday. He has been ill since last Tuesday. So here since last Tuesday maybe means at present also, that is at present means at the time of speaking, at now also he is not feeling well. So since last Tuesday his illness has been started since last Tuesday, and even at present now he is also not feeling well since he is suffering from that illness. So to indicate that one, the action of his illness started last Tuesday. Even at present also he's not feeling well. So to indicate that one, we have to use since. And the next one is from. So from mainly here it indicates refers to the starting point of an action. That is whenever actually this one since also indicates the starting point of the action, but here the action it continues. It doesn't stop there only, it continues. Whereas when we use from, here it mainly indicates the action which has started, starting point of the action. It doesn't mean that the action is going to continue. So here that is from, he is joining the new firm from the last of Monday. He is joining the new firm from the last, from the first of May. So this is mainly about prepositions showing time or preposition of time. And next one is preposition of position. Preposition of position, and in this preposition of position, preposition of position, once again we are going to use at. First one at. Here at mainly indicates exact place, exact point. At in preposition of time mainly indicates exact time, definite time. But here in this condition preposition of position, at mainly indicates exact place, exact point. So here it indicates the exact point, a definite point, exact point or place. So to indicate that one, we have to use at. So he lives at Shifty. He lives at Shifty. So Shifty exact place. So we have to use at. And in the same way, one more example. The tourist stayed at Hotel Panchavati. The tourist stayed at Hotel Panchavati. He studied at Oxford. He studied at NES College of Commerce. So exact place, exact point to indicate that one we have to use at in that preposition of a position. And the next one is in. In refers to the bigger area, and once again no more confusion between use of at and in. In refers to the bigger area. That is in mainly at we have to use whenever compared to the area, whenever it is a smaller one we have to use at. In the same way, whenever we are indicating bigger area, for that we have to use in. For example, he studied it, MES, college of commerce in Shirsi. In the same way, one more. He lives at Gandhinagar, or what we say, Adarsh Nagar, in Shirsi. So here exact point in Shirsi we have so many areas, so many colonies. So where he lives, exact point it is Adarsh Nagar. So he lives at Adarsh Nagar, exact point. And compared to Adarsh Nagar, Shirsi is a bigger one. Adarsh Nagar it is mainly in Shirsi. So in that case, compared to Adarsh Nagar, Shirsi is a bigger one, or this Adarsh Nagar comes mainly in this Shirsi, so we have to use in. So please once again, it to be used with exact point, exact place, in mainly used with the bigger area. And one more example, he lives at Shirsi in Karnataka. So when compared to this Shirsi is, it comes mainly in Karnataka. It is mainly in Karnataka. So yet it is a smaller one in Karnataka. Where does he live? That is exact place. It is exact point. It is Shirsi, and this Shirsi comes mainly in Karnataka. So we have to, Karnataka is a bigger one. We have to use in with Karnataka, whereas at we have to use at mainly with Shirsi. And the next one is between. In preposition of position only, between. Between, that is mainly whenever we are referring the two people, two persons, two things, we have to use between. In the same way, there is one more word among. Whenever we have more than two things, two persons, in that case we have to use among, otherwise we have to use between. For example, between. So the property was divided between Ram and Sham. The property was divided between Ram and Sham. So here Ram and Sham, only two brothers, two people are here, maybe brothers or whatever. Here two people are there, Ram and Sham. So we have to use between. Suppose more than two people are there. In that case, for example, the property was divided among the brothers. So here brothers, more than two are here, so we have to use among. Whenever two people are there, two persons are there, we have to use between. Whereas more than two brothers, more than two people, more than two things are there, we have to use among. And there is one more word, amongst. And this among is to be used mainly before the vowel. Suppose the word it is vowel. In that case, suppose the word, this particular word, instead of brother, the word begins with a vowel. It has a vowel sound. Then we have to use amongst. For example, divide the oranges amongst us. Divide the fruits amongst us. So here you it is vowel, and also it has not only vowel U, it also has a vowel sound. So we have to use the amma list before that vowel or vowel sound. And next one is above, below. Above and below. So above is used for higher than something. Above is used for higher than. In the same way, below it is used for lower than. So for example, the aeroplane was flying high in the sky above the cloud. The aeroplane was flying high in the sky above the clouds. And below is used for lower than. And I will write the example. Above the cloud, above, and the lower is used to, below, used to indicate lower than. Lower than. So for example, below, his output is below us. His output is below us. So his output is below ours to indicate that one, that is lower than something, to indicate that one we have to use below. In the same way, we have one more, that is under, above, below. In the same way, under and over. Under is used mainly to indicate something which is vertically below. Something which is vertically in the sense ಅಂದ್ರೆ just a place in ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಸೊ ಈಗ ಬಿಲೋ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಫುಲ್ ಕ್ಲೌಡ್ ಇದೆ ಅದ್ರ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂಡರ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಅರ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಆ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಸೊ ವರ್ಟಿಕಲಿ ಬಿಲೋ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ when we take over ಅವಾಗ ಕೂಡ vertically above ಅಂದ್ರೆ above this ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಈ ರೂಮಿನ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ we have to use over, otherwise above. In the same way ಇಲ್ಲಿ vertically ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಅದು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ we have to use under, otherwise we have to use ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ we have to use that below. So that is the main difference between under, below. In the same way, over and above. So here under means vertically below. For example, we sit under the tree. We sit under the tree. So a tree ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಟ್ರೀ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ we have to use tree. In the same way, over. Over, that is maybe indicates vertically above. For example, there is a separate room over the building. There is a separate room over this classroom. So over, as I already told, mainly indicates exactly that is vertically above, and one more is beneath. Here beneath maybe shows a lower position. Beneath maybe indicates a lower position. So, for example, there is the ground was soiled beneath her. The ground was soiled beneath her. That is under lower her, under her, beneath her. So, okay, in the next class, I am going to teach prepositions showing the direction, that is the preposition of direction. Okay, till then, take care. Bye bye. Thank you.